Welcome to Pearls of Time. Do you remember when Donald Trump proposed the idea of buying Greenland? It wasn't just a quirky diplomatic suggestion. It was an expression of Trump's broader vision for American global influence and economic power.
Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name.
Infrastructure for him was central to reinforcing the nation's strength, and one major project that often came up in his speeches was the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal, built over a century ago, is a shining example of human ambition, innovation, and international cooperation. Its importance extends far beyond history. It continues to shape the global economy today. Whether you're an expert in international trade or a casual observer, the canal's story is one of vision, overcoming challenges, and its lasting impact on global commerce. But its significance goes deeper than just trade. It's a geopolitical tool, an enduring symbol of American power, and a prime example of how infrastructure can transform nations. Let's explore how the Panama Canal went from a bold idea to a world-changing reality and how its relevance continues to evolve. The vision of connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans via a canal has existed for centuries. As early as the 16th century, Spanish explorer Vasco Núñez de Balboa and later Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan speculated about the possibility of a waterway cutting through the narrow Isthmus of Panama, facilitating easier trade and travel between the two oceans. But it wasn't until the late 19th century that serious attempts were made to turn this dream into reality. In the 1880s, the French, led by engineer Ferdinand de Lesseps, took on the monumental task of constructing the canal. De Lesseps was the architect of the Suez Canal and hoped to replicate that success in Panama. Unfortunately, his efforts faltered due to a combination of disease, especially malaria and yellow fever, and engineering obstacles. The project's failure left Panama's potential as a global shortcut dormant for another decade. By the turn of the 20th century, the United States under President Theodore Roosevelt recognized the strategic importance of the canal. Roosevelt envisioned the canal as a way to enhance the U.S. Navy's mobility and economic influence, giving the nation the power to project its strength from one ocean to the other without the need to traverse the dangerous southern tip of South America. The U.S. also saw the canal as an essential tool in securing its dominant position in global trade. Initially, the U.S. negotiated with Colombia to secure the rights to build the canal, but when Colombia rejected the deal, Roosevelt took bold action. He supported Panama's independence from Colombia, seeing it as the best way to secure control over the canal's construction. In 1903, Panama declared its independence, and the U.S. quickly recognized the new nation, signing a treaty that granted the U.S. control over the canal zone. Construction began in earnest, but it was no easy feat. American engineers faced harsh environmental conditions. Diseases like malaria and yellow fever claimed many lives, and the region's dense jungles posed significant challenges. But despite these difficulties, the canal was completed in 1914. The project not only transformed global shipping, but also marked a turning point in U.S. foreign policy. It solidified the country's status as a rising global power and demonstrated its ability to undertake massive engineering projects that would shape world history. The canal immediately changed the global economy by providing a much-needed shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Prior to its completion, ships had to take the long, dangerous route around South America's Cape Horn. The canal drastically reduced shipping time and costs, significantly boosting international trade. The U.S. benefited enormously from this shortcut, strengthening its naval presence and boosting its trade capacity. Today, the Panama Canal remains one of the most vital trade routes in the world, though the U.S. no longer controls it. In 1999, the Panama Canal was officially handed over to Panama under the terms of the Torrijos-Carter treaties, marking a significant shift in the relationship between the two countries. While Panama gained full control over the canal, its importance to global trade has not diminished. In fact, the canal's relevance has only increased over time. More than 12,000 vessels pass through the Panama Canal each year, transporting goods worth hundreds of billions of dollars. It serves as a critical link between the United States and Asia, Europe, and Latin America. By facilitating smoother and more efficient shipping, the canal plays an indispensable role in modern global supply chains, helping move everything from consumer electronics to energy resources. The canal's expansion in 2016 was a milestone in its modernization. The addition of a third set of locks allowed for the passage of larger Panamax vessels, massive ships that can carry more cargo, further increasing the canal's capacity. This expansion was essential to meet the demands of a growing global economy as larger ships became the norm in international shipping. The newly expanded canal is now capable of accommodating the new Panamax vessels, which can carry 40% more cargo than before. The Panama Canal's importance is not just economic, it's also geopolitical. The canal serves as a crucial choke point in global shipping, making it a key focus for global trade routes. Its location continues to provide significant leverage in trade and maritime logistics. For Panama, the canal is a national treasure, providing substantial economic benefits. It has become a vital source of income, supporting the country's economy through tolls, services, and international partnerships. But the canal's relevance extends far beyond Panama's borders. Its strategic location influences global trade dynamics, affecting supply chains, shipping routes, and the flow of goods across continents. While Panama has full control over the canal today, its continued importance ensures that it remains a focal point for international cooperation, investment, and policy decisions. The canal's impact is felt by industries around the world, from agriculture to manufacturing, shipping to energy. As global trade continues to evolve, the Panama Canal's role as a critical trade hub remains unwavering. This is also why Donald Trump has paid such close attention to the Panama Canal from his previous presidency till now. For Trump, strategic infrastructure, like the Panama Canal, was key to maintaining global influence. Any shift in control or increased involvement of rival powers in the region, particularly China, raised concerns for the US. Given the canal's pivotal role in international trade, Trump was keenly aware of its geopolitical significance and potential leverage in trade and military strategy. This is why any signs of growing influence by China or other powers in the region caught his attention and contributed to the broader strategic discussions regarding US presence in the Western Hemisphere. The Panama Canal is not just an engineering marvel, it is a symbol of how infrastructure can transform economies and shape the course of global history. Its importance, both historically and today, underscores the need for connectivity in a globalized world. The canal is a powerful reminder of how strategic infrastructure projects can define a nation's position in global politics and commerce. From its historical roots as a daring project to its modern-day function as a lifeline for global trade, the Panama Canal teaches us important lessons about human ambition, innovation, and international cooperation. It shows us the impact that bold ideas and collective efforts can have in shaping the future, and it continues to play a critical role in connecting economies, industries, and people. The canal is also a reminder that infrastructure is not just about building bridges or tunnels, it's about building connections that enable us to overcome geographical and political boundaries. The Panama Canal's legacy will undoubtedly continue to influence global trade, geopolitics, and economic development for generations to come. As we look to the future, it's clear that infrastructure like the Panama Canal will remain essential in driving global commerce. From expanding trade routes to enabling the movement of goods across vast distances, strategic projects like these remind us of the profound impact infrastructure has on shaping the world. The Panama Canal, in all its complexity, remains a testament to the enduring power of human ambition and ingenuity. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Pearls of Time for more fascinating stories from history.